Proverbs 6, warnings against folly. 1. My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, if you have shaken hands in pledge for a stranger, you have been trapped by what you said, ensnared by the words of your mouth. So do this, my son, to free yourself, since you have fallen into your neighbor's hands. Go to the point of exhaustion and give your neighbor no rest. Allow no sleep for your eyes, no slumber for your eyelids. Free yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the snare of the fowler. Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider its ways and be wise. Okay, so it's basically saying free yourself. It's not saying free yourself from God or me, okay? It's from the Babylon system, the New World Order, the social orders of this world. Stop thinking in terms of satanic liberation. If you get from life or the Bible or anything else that you think that you should be satanically liberated, then you're an idiot. A complete idiot. Okay? Lucifer is a piece of trash. Okay? Verse 7. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler. Yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. So the reason why this is being said is it's saying don't obey the social orders of this world, only obey God through me. Okay, the king. Because this is Proverbs 6. And Proverbs 16 says to obey the king because his throne is established in justice and righteousness. Okay, and that's the true king, the one who's established in justice and righteousness. That's me. Okay? So don't twist Proverbs 6 or any other scripture or any truth. Okay. Yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? Remember, Proverbs also says that a sluggard said there's a lion in the streets, a roaring and dangerous lion in the streets, and they're scared to do what they have to do. So you say, well, what will happen if I lose my house and da-da-da-da-da? Quit being so lazy. You struggle. You insist on truth. You struggle. You struggle. Life is a struggle. Okay, that's part of why all you people are being punished by the New World Order, because you're doing what they said. And everyone knows in popular culture, when you make a deal with the devil, he makes you regret it and he laughs at you for it. Okay, the devil basically has a field day with sluggards. People are too lazy to obey God's commands and to rally to me and obey God through me. And when you raise your kids to do the same, they pay the price. Look at the world. Look at people. Look at their cultures. Look at them carefully. Why are rock and roll people that way? Punk rockers, rappers, police officers, the average hard-working American. Okay, why are they all bitches? Because they refuse to man up, right? Ver and virtue means man, and obey God through me. Okay, why are you dooming your kids to the same fate? Okay, so it says in verse 9, how long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? When will you stop being the slave to your sin and the people who control your sin to some degree? You know, the governing class, the managerial class, what have you. 10, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. So what has happened? A bunch of New World Order people. What happened? This was written well before, 1619 and 1776 and so on and so forth. Okay? So as the New World Order, as the West was arming itself to bring the New World Order to the world, and they colonized the world, okay, this had already been written, and they were arming themselves like thieves to steal land, to steal women, to steal your souls, and to force you into their Greco-Roman Babylonian system, okay? And that's what had been going on. Okay, so scarcity came on you all like and your peoples like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. And that includes black people, Native American, all people, Semites, other white people, right? The Neo-Roman Empire, the Neo-Pagan Empire of the West, which especially is in all the churches of the West, and any church and mosque and synagogue in the world, came through and said, hey, we're taking everything, including your souls, in the souls of your children. Okay? So a little being lazy and refusing to man up and do what is right, okay, is what they're referring to. Because remember, Proverbs, okay, this is Proverbs 6. Proverbs 1, purpose and theme, prologue, exhortation to embrace wisdom, warnings against the invitation of sinful men, wisdom's rebuke. Proverbs 2, moral benefits of wisdom. 3, wisdom bestows well-being. 4, get wisdom at any cost. At any cost. 5, warning against adultery. 6, warnings against folly. And we're going to get into warnings against adultery as well. So it made it clear. It said, at any cost, do what is wise. How do you get, where you get wisdom from is you fear God and not man, right? Proverbs will eventually say the fear of man will prove to be a snare. That's part of why they're making it harder for me to speak. When you hear what I'm saying and you couple with the obvious fact that they're making it harder for me to talk by fuming me, why do you think that is? Because I'm right and only an idiot. Oh, that's why they're called fools and simple and stupid, okay? Because only an idiot doesn't obey God through me. All right, where are we here? So yes, you're supposed to obey God through me. That's the wise thing to do. Where are we here? All right, this is Proverbs 6. Okay. 12. A troublemaker and a villain who goes about with a corrupt mouth, who winks maliciously with his eye, signals with his feet, and motions with his fingers, who plots evil and deceit in his heart. He always stirs up conflict. It's interesting how these are hand gestures we see in the military. We see in the different fraternal orders. Freemasons, Skull and Bones. Look at the pictures of fraternities. We see in gang members certain handshakes, secret handshakes, okay? And yet people in mental health will say, you're crazy if you think that people are communicating in secret code to you or and other people, right? Utterly retarded. Utterly, one of the dumbest things I heard in my life is that. Anyway, okay. Who plots evil with deceit in his heart, he always stirs up conflict. Therefore, disaster will overtake him in an instant. He will suddenly be destroyed without remedy. Okay, so who will be destroyed, right? It is the troublemaker, a villain who goes about with a corrupt mouth. Those who say, hey, let's cheat this guy of his right to lead. Hey, we don't have to listen to him. We have our own culture. Okay, we have our own nation. We have our own religion, our own church. These are the traditions of our church. It's all stupidity. You know what I'm saying? They're starting trouble with God. If you rebel against me, the last valid redeemer ever, okay, the parable of the tenants, again, write this down. The parable of the tenants is the most important parable in the Bible. Okay, last of all, last. He sent his son, the heir, the bridegroom, the top martial artist ever. The Lord is a warrior, the Lord is his name. I am the first and the last. Wisdom was the first of his works. Proverb 8, we went over that. Oh, excuse me, we're going to go over that in the future. Okay, I typed it up the other day, got a little confused. We're going to go over that in 2 videos from now, where wisdom was the first of his works. Wisdom is calling out, right? And it calls out, Proverbs 1, Proverbs 8, and other, it says wisdom is calling out at the highest point. Okay? The parable of the tenants. The heir, the top martial artist ever, who is set apart, John 10, set apart by the warrior wisdom and works of God. You know them by their fruit. The Lord is the warrior. Who is his true son? Who is the last he sent? Last of all, he sent his son. They will respect him, he said. And then Jesus says to them during that time, he says that he's going to send them sages and prophets and teachers, and they're going to kill them. Okay? And in the end of the Bible, Jesus comes last. Okay? And what happens is the vineyard goes down to hell. The world is totally destroyed. How? Spiritually, laid waste, waste spiritually. Set is the Egyptian version of Baal. Okay, gospel, go spell. Okay? If you have any questions, put in the comments. It's pretty straightforward, but I know that, some people might struggle the way I just said that, but, put in the comments. Okay? People, for whatever reason, haven't had much questions, so I'm going to keep going. Again, if I was talking crazy, you would think that they would put in the comments and cite exactly what I said that they think is crazy. Since they haven't done that, that is proof positive that I'm not getting complaints from many people who are watching my videos on various channels. They're not giving a logical complaint saying that I'm crazy. So obviously it overkills and I'm not. Okay, where are we here? Okay. Therefore disaster will overtake him in an instant. He will suddenly be destroyed without a remedy. There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community. Now, again, this is warnings against folly. Okay? A lot of Proverbs are warning against adultery. It's going to be the next section. Okay? And we've gone through it in the past in Proverbs 5, where it said warning against adultery. In Proverbs 1:19, it says, such are the paths of those who go after ill-gotten gain. It takes away the life of all who get it. We'll go into Proverbs 9 eventually, where the adulterous, unruly foolish woman is saying that stolen water is sweet, food eaten in secret is delicious. So it's a recurring theme. To understand the Bible, you have to understand why not to cheat me out of my right to lead, and then especially why not to get married. Marshall is marital scramble. Why not to get married while you're outside the divine order? Why not to have sex while you're outside the divine order? Why not to reproduce ever again? Because I've given that divine verdict, but why not to reproduce especially when you're outside the divine order? Okay, so let's go through these 6 things that God hates, and let's relate them to women so everyone understands, okay, and how they raise their women wrong, and the man's supposed to be the head of the household, so it's very much the male's faults as well. Okay, man's fault as well. Other people are outside the divine order. All right. So haughty eyes, right? She's like, oh, I'm important. I sit enthroned as queen, like the prostitute that rode the beast, the whore that rode the beast, the harlot. Okay, haughty eyes. Okay, too cocky to obey God through me, refuses to be humble and obey God through me, refuses to submit themselves to me. Okay, a lying tongue. When she dates outside the divine order, she's lying to everyone by her actions, leading by example, saying that she's saying that she thinks that it's okay to cheat me out of my right to lead, right? It's fucking retarded to cheat me out of my right to lead. It's retarded to marry outside the divine order and date outside the divine order. It's like, it's our culture. It's fucking stupid. If there's a culture to eat kids and fucking stand on your head till you die, would you fucking do it? No. So why would you tell the Son of God that it's your culture and that's get fucking retarded? Fucking retarded. Hands that shed innocent blood, okay? She has her hand in it when she reproduces with the unfaithful, because innocent people often die, right? People kill themselves over women. Women reproduce people that kill people. Okay, they're shedding their blood spiritually and otherwise. So that immoral sexual behavior and dating judgment and marriage, judging on who they should marry, causes trouble. Okay, and all these people are persecuting me. They have mothers. Who would have thought? Okay, there you go. All right, a heart that devises wicked schemes. Instead of her loving God's Son, they quote unquote love people that live a lie and they're going to hell. Okay, and we can go on and on about why I'm right about that. A heart that devises wicked schemes. Pretty straightforward. Feet that are quick to rush into evil. They're quick to say, hey, let's rebel. Every day they get up. Every moment they're like, we're quick to not do what he says, but we're never going to do what he says, so we're quick to rush into evil, and so on and so forth. A false witness who pours out lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community, right? They're pouring out lies by their actions, okay, of romantic injustice, okay, and they're stirring up conflict with romantic injustice, which starts conflict with God, and we see the effects of that. 1 in 4 little girls being molested, 9 million people starving to death or dying of hunger-related issues, including 3 million children every year, and so on and so forth. Their rejection of my war on poverty plan can go on and on and on and on and on. Exploitation, theft, assault, harassment, on and on and on and on. All right, next section. Only have 2 minutes left, so let's rush through this. Warning against adultery. My son, keep your father's command and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Bind them always on your heart. Fasten them around your neck. Okay? Let's do the things I've done. Bumper stickers, put notes on my wall. I made sure, even though they're persecuting me, that I'm never going to forget, and they're in my heart. Okay, they're adorning me. They're the fine linen for the righteous acts I've done, so on and so forth, and the fine chain for the righteous acts I've done, symbolically speaking, not a literal chain. Anyway, when you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. When you awake, they will speak to you. For this command is a light. This command is a lamp. This teaching is a light, and correction and instruction are the way to life. So Jesus said, no one lights a lamp or light and puts it under a bowl or bushel. Okay, they put on its stands. So everyone should know that I should be in charge, that I am in charge. I am the one that God put to be in charge of bringing people to heaven. So they should put me on a stand for all to see, and everyone should obey me publicly. Keeping you from your neighbor's wife, from the smooth talk of a wayward woman. Do not lust in your heart after her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyes. For a prostitute can be had for a loaf of bread, but another man's wife preys on your very life. A female who's married in the divine order. And also the idea of a female that's supposed to go to another. None under the age of 50 can say that they are in a valid marriage or are supposed to go to another at this point and evermore. Okay, I'm almost out of time to shoot through this. Can a man scoop fire into his lap without his clothes being burned? Can a man walk on hot coals without his feet being scorched? So is he who sleeps with another man's wife. No one who touches her will go unpunished, whether or not she's married or not. The attractive women that should have submitted themselves to me first. Okay, if they marry someone else, then they are touching what is not theirs. They will pay the punishment. They start acting like some flesh-baked bitch. Who's gonna make me pay? Then they miss the whole point of the Bible. Just tell them to shut the fuck up. 32. But a man who commits adultery has no sense. Whoever does so destroys himself. Blows and disgrace are his lot spiritually, and his shame will never be wiped away. For jealousy arouses a husband's fury, and he will show no mercy. when he takes revenge. He will not accept any compensation. He will refuse a bribe, however great